The World Cup will be here in Kansas City in 47 days. Argentina faces Algeria at Arrowhead Stadium in the group stage of competition.
And the 2026 FIFA World Cup is now updating the carding rules to keep important players on the field for some of the big matches.
Fox 4's Marcus Officer is live to tell us about the changes that were approved this week. Marcus.
Well, there's still going to be yellow and red cards used in matches to warn players or send them off the pitch, but how those are accumulated and counted, that's what's changing for this year's World Cup. This is the second time since 2010 that FIFA has gone in to add an amnesty window. So what does that mean? Well, in soccer, if you get too many yellow cards over the course of several matches, you can miss a match. Well, FIFA's altered the rules with this being the largest World Cup ever. More teams, more games. There's also more opportunities for players to pick up fouls and potentially miss those matches. So what FIFA's doing is adding a second amnesty stage, which means yellow cards accumulated after the group stage and quarterfinals will be wiped away, and then players can play, for lack of a better word, more free. Now, prior to this adjustment, if a player received a yellow card in two different matches, they would be suspended for the next one. For the 2026 World Cup, a suspension would only happen if a player is carded in two of the three group stage matches or in two matches between the knockout rounds and quarterfinals. FIFA also approved a change to prevent racist abuse. If a player covers his mouth with his hand or shirt during an altercation with another player, the referee has the leeway to issue a red card and remove that player from the game. Now, on the surface, that sounds like a silly rule, but over these last few months, players have been highlighted of covering their mouth, saying something very vulgar to another player, and because they can't read their lips, that is something FIFA's trying to ban, because if you got something to say, let the world see it. At least that's the way FIFA views it. So those two big changes will be in effect for this year's World Cup. So it's not only the largest, but there's also a couple of new, at least possibilities there to make sure high-profile players stay on the pitch. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, that pulling the shirt over the mouth thing, I just heard about this yesterday. That's a new one. I never heard of that. You know, I never would have ever guessed that that's the reason, you know, because they might be saying racist things.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess we're all going to learn a lot over the next couple of months.
I was going to say, we're going to find out a lot about soccer and some of its
40 plus days.
unique issues. All right, Marcus, thanks.